Hi, I'm Niina. Welcome to my channel. Today I'd like to talk to you about the 5 reasons why I started a more minimalist lifestyle. My minimalism journey was a situation where one thing led to another, and here's like a quick review of what those things were. Number 5. Space. A lot of minimalists, when I look it up, start from having a great job, a big home and a lot of success. Me, on the other hand, I was a poor student moving in with my boyfriend, now husband, into our first home together. I used to live in a big 60 square meter student apartment alone before moving in together. Now, to be able to comfortably afford our living situation, we went for 34 square meters. The new apartment was near the capital city and not a student apartment anymore. Even with less space, it was more expensive than my previous apartment. I was so dissatisfied with our apartment for about a year. I would complain about not having enough space, and the environment made me feel stressed out. Then I looked around and realized it wasn't a space issue, it was a stuff issue. I couldn't believe I had accumulated so much stuff in just 5 years of living on my own. When I discovered this, it was time for Number 4. Konmari. The Konmari method was really popular in Finland 3 years ago. Actually, I think it's still popular like everywhere. I wasn't into self-help books or anything like that, but a lot of people I knew were reading the Konmari books and trying out the method. In short, it's a method where you decide what you want to keep in your life instead of choosing what to discard. So you choose what sparks joy and let go of the rest. I read the book and got started with my clothes. Like, why did I have all this stuff? I had books from my university degree I never planned to finish, and I had wanted to prove to myself that I'm a good and mature person by not throwing out the gifts from my ex and setting them on fire. Instead, I still have them in my home weighing me down, and a bunch of other stuff as well. Actually, I noticed that a lot of stuff I had was just weighing me down, and I feel like the Konmari method helped me let go of these items that didn't like spark joy, which brings me to Number 3. I liked having less. After I let the items go, I felt lighter, like our home was no longer this museum of my past failures. Whether that failure meant buying a shirt in the wrong size or choosing the wrong university degree, bye. The more I let go, the happier I felt. And for example, I found a buyer for my university books, and I hoped her studies would go better than mine. And I feel like the items had taught me a lesson, and now it was time for me to let them go. I had feared I'd miss those items, but I didn't. I don't miss any. In short, I just liked having less. I loved having more space, and when I had less stuff, organizing and cleaning automatically became 100% easier. I realized that some things had just brought a fleeting moment of happiness when I acquired them, but as soon as they were in my home, they just became clutter. Number 2. Intentional spending. While I have never bought anything really extravagant, I used to be different with my spending habits. Like, if I liked adventure time, and I'd see these small Adventure Times figurines on sale for $7.99, I'd buy them. Did I need them? No. Was I a collector? No. I was just an impulse buyer. I'd see something nice or even just something okay, and I'd want to own it. An ill-fitting second-hand shirt with a nice pattern. I just tried to ignore its flaws and thought I would wear it. I never did. And at home those items just become clutter. Luckily I wasn't a bad case, and I've always appreciated some kind of frugality. And now that I liked having less, loved the amount of space, so the next logical step was to stop buying things I didn't need. I have actually come to dislike shopping because the new purchase has to spark joy and it has to be perfect. It's not always easy to find. Now that I had come to this point, it was time to look towards the future. So, number 1, minimalism goals. After all I had gone through, I realized that the end result of my journey so far was leaning kind of towards minimalism. Before I'd had thought that minimalism was just this stereotypical extreme thing where you'd have, well, no furniture, ideally not even a home, all your stuff could fit in a backpack, and you would be a nomad traveling the world and only wearing black. Which is cool, it's a very extreme form of minimalism and sounds very exciting and different and freeing. And also not for me, because I've always dreamed of the usual things, like finding love, getting married, buying a home, starting a family, and I'm incredibly lucky and happy to have been able to do those things. I'd say that I use minimalism as a tool to simplify my life, to step away from consumerism, to make my life easier, to have our home be a calm and happy place, to be frugal, to save money to buy a bigger home. Yep, I said it, using minimalism as a tool to buy a bigger home. But it would be nice to have more room for our family to grow eventually. That's it for me. I hope you enjoyed my video and like to hear about my minimalism journey. And minimalism means different things for different people. For example, frugality and minimalism don't always go together. They don't have to. What is your idea of minimalism, and how did you get interested in minimalism in the first place? Leave a comment if you'd like. And thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye!